Before you read the story, please just read this. Maybe I won't be able to upload in this channel anymore. I have made another channel. Most of the videos will be uploaded there. So please support me there also. Link is in the description box below. Shoutouts.
Every time you touch me, you remind me that I'm still alive. So
Coming out from Shiu's room, Taehyung and Wyan straight went to Taehyung's room. Wyan was still fuming in anger. How dare she talk to me like that? Freaking old nasty rug. I'm telling you, Taehyung, next time if she does something other than saying, then it will be her face and my fist. And next time you don't need to scare of that nasty woman, okay? She was just bluffing nasty things. Don't take her seriously. She is not worth of your attention, okay? Taehyung was just looking at her fondly. There was no fear on his face as he was not with Shihu. Are you listening, Taehyung? Taehyung come to his senses. Huh? What did you say? I was saying don't get this Shihu inside your head. She doesn't deserve your attention. He nodded, still staring at her. Now this made Wyan's nervous. All the confidence she had a moment ago got vanished. Why are you looking at me like that? Like what? Like you got to know a new person? Cause definitely I got to know a new person. The way you were talking to her, your words. Wow, who thought you could talk to someone like that? Now her cheeks were pink due to embarrassment. What are you saying? Oh, so now the bold Wyan is shuddering. Interesting. It's very rare for Wyan to shudder. So Taehyung was enjoying Wyan's state. And what were you talking? Pretending to be thinking. Yeah, that I am good at bed. Shrink. Really? I never thought. Oh wait, how do you know this, Mrs. Kim? Now Wyan's face became more red. What did I do to myself? I have asked you something, Mrs. Kim. Dad. Yes, Oma, I'm coming. Look, Mama is calling me. I am going. She didn't even let him reply and went from there. After looking at her disappearing figure, Taehyung burst into laughter. How can I be this lucky to have her? Shakes his head. Next day. Wyan and Taehyung's parents were talking to each other. Taehyung went to office due to some work. Wyan's university was not open as it was post-exam vacations. Sihu was in her room. Suddenly Sihu came to living room and sat on the sofa. What are you guys talking? Nothing, Nuna. Just before he could say anything, the doorbell rang. I am opening the door. Saying this, she went from there. She came back with a man around Taehyung's age. Meet Lee Ran. He is my cousin's son. He lives in abroad. Because of some business work, he came here, so I told him to stay with us. You did right, Nuna. Hello, everyone. Wyan, take him to the guest room. She nodded and told him to accompany her. So this is your room, Mr. Lee. Isn't it too formal, Wyan? Just call me Rang. And for showing me way here, thank you. He said, gripping her hand and placed a kiss on the back of her palm. Wyan immediately pulled back her hand. It's okay. So, are you Taehyung's friend? Cause as long as I know, Mr. and Mrs. Kim doesn't have any daughter. No, I am his wife. Wife? Please tell me, are you kidding? You don't look like a married woman. Well, my ring is telling a different story then. She said, pointing at her ring finger, and left from there. It doesn't matter if you're married or not. Whole day went just like that. Wyan's thoughts were occupied with Rang's thoughts. The way he was talking to her, not just once but multiple times, he talked to her. It just felt different. 2 days later. Rang became more friendly with Wyan. He always tried to be close to her. The way he always talked to Wyan was not just like friends, it's more than that. Taehyung, yes, I was thinking Yoongi should stay with us from now. Didn't you say to invite him day before the party? Yeah, but everyone is here now, so he also should be here. Okay, then I will tell Yoma that Wyan's friend Yoongi will be staying with us. I'm sure she won't object. Hearing this, Wyan smiled widely. Now let's go downstairs. He nodded and both went to downstairs. Next day, Wyan was talking to Mrs. Kim when Taehyung came with someone. Look, Wyan, who's here? She looked up and her face lit up. You're finally here, Yoongi. Yay, how can I not come when this pig of mine call me? I'm not a pig. Yes, you are a pig. Shut up, you cat. So, Woma, this is my friend Min Yoongi. Nice to meet you. So, the talk continued. At the day of the party. After reaching the place, Taehyung and Wyan greeted Taehyung's parents. There were also Wyan's parents. They greeted them also. Then Taehyung's parents introduced them to their guests, business partners. Taehyung got busy with them. The party was filled with lot of people. Everyone was talking to each other. The place was too crowded. Being an introvert, Wyan disliked this type of situation. She disliked being surrounded by too many people. Soon she started to feel suffocated. The crowd was too much for Wyan to take in. She breathed deeply to calm herself down. She knew she had to face this many people here. She thought she would manage to stay calm, but her inner uneasiness grew more. She saw two women coming towards her. She hurriedly left from there and went to rooftop. As soon as she came here, she felt cold breeze. The place was calm, unlike downstairs. She sighed in relief. She stood beside the railing, closed her eyes. A moment later, she felt a hand touching her palms. She looked at her side and found Lee Rang. You are an introvert, right, Wyan? She just nodded her head. Still, his palm was on hers. I can understand your feelings. Where is Taehyung? He should be by your side now. He is attending some guests. Oh, so for him guests are more important than you. Sorry to say this, but if I was on his place, I would be by your side so that you could feel comfortable. Wyan looked at him. You are very beautiful, Wyan, from inside and outside. I have seen you these days. You always make sure whether Taehyung is comfortable or not, whether he like or not. You always consider his priorities first. Always try to understand him. You are giving your whole self to him. But he isn't doing anything. He is always thinking about himself. Right now also he is thinking about his kids, not you. He is taking you for granted, Wyan. You don't deserve it, Wyan. You deserve better, far better. If I was his place, what would you do? He smiled. I would treat you better. I won't take you for granted. I would consider your feelings first, then mine. If I was on his place, you won't be here talking to someone else. I would be by your side. You would. Whispers in slight disbelief. He placed his palms on both of her cheeks. Yes, Wyan. He deeply stares at her eyes. She didn't try to remove those. He slowly started to lean closer to her lips. She didn't move. She started to close her eyes. His lips were about to touch hers. But suddenly someone pulled him and started to beat him while yelling. Wyan opened her eyes and saw Taehyung. How dare you touch my wife? The situation was going out of control. Stop, Taehyung. Stop! I said stop. No, Wyan. He tried to touch you. Because I let him. Taehyung, I let him. He stopped and looked at her. She rubbed her face with her palms. Leave, Rang. Leave. He left. What did you say? You let him. Pain was clear on his face. Why? Cause I am tired, Taehyung. I am tired of always thinking about your feelings, always putting you first. I am tired, Taehyung. In our more than 1.5 years of marriage, everything was surrounded by you, only you. A way to make me comfortable, I forgot about myself. In trying to learn you, I forgot that there was also a person, me. I also have needs, I also have feelings, I am also a human being. But didn't you say you will always be by my side? People change, Taehyung. When they reach their limits, they changed. Are you leaving then? Yes. I can't take this anymore. I can't lost myself in this. I should love myself, my feelings. I can't be lost. I also need someone like Rang who would consider my feelings first. So, it's a goodbye then. Goodbye, Taehyung. She said and left from there. Taehyung fell on his knees. His tears were flowing from his eyes. A moment later, Taehyung saw a female figure in front of him. Wang, you came. He looked up and uttered in disbelief. She, you? Yes, Taehyung, it's me. I am here. She bent down at his level. He backed off a little. I am here because I want you, Taehyung. Unlike Wang, I want to be your side. You want? Whispered in disbelief. She smiled and nodded.